We fully understand that these are very different devices. They're priced differently, they look different, they have a different screen size. This is Peter with GoodReader.com, and we have the Oasis 2 versus the Kobo Clara HD. The reason we're doing this is because these represent 2018, the both latest and greatest releases from each respective company, Kobo and Amazon. We're just going to check it out. There's nothing on any of the sides on the Kobo, super clean. On the bottom you have the power button, status indicator light, and the micro USB. The back is very nice brushed, perforated design, decent grip, no fingerprinting on this area, a little bit of fingerprinting on the matte Rakuten logo up above. The Oasis is very much breaks the mold. It looks like it's symmetrical like this, which it is, but when you hold it like this, it's very interesting. So it's very thin where there are no components right up top here. It's an aluminum build. All the batteries and everything are right here. The top has a power button, nothing on the side, micro USB on the bottom, and physical page turn buttons, which we haven't seen in forever. We do have a very overactive gyroscope, so you turn it even a degree past 0 and just boom, it drops. So there's no way to turn that off, there's no way to remove that. Well, I'm sure if you rip open the device you can remove it, but user removable, no. Here are the home screens. I've always liked the way Amazon does it a little bit better. I like the chunky icons up top that are about the size of my finger, not so much on the Kobo. Granted, this is very large, however, the look of this is very similar to other Amazon devices like the Voyage, the Oasis 1, and so forth. We're not going to go through all of these features because obviously we have done individual reviews on these. If you want to see that, youtube.com/goodyreader. Everyone lays it out in different ways. You have all items, you can do grid, you can do list. Same on the Kobo, you have filters, sorts, recents, and even a little bit of more, so you can manage books, manage downloads, cover view, which basically turns it into the book view, like I just had it on the Kindle. And I always like the fact how the Kindle has physical page turn buttons since the Voyage now, actually. So a lot of their recent devices have physical page turn buttons. It's very nice to hold it in one hand and like tap away. The Oasis 2 shows a lot more text, of course, because it is a much larger device, but we do have different ways to show our text augmentation menus, don't we? Yes, we do. We have the AA button, and that allows you to change the size via a slider bar. Typically, Amazon devices only had 7 options, small a all the way up to a large A. Now we have 14, which is really cool, and we have a bold function, which recently they either had a bold font, or Kobo devices had a weight feature, so you could make the weight of the individual characters larger. And we'll show you that by going to advanced, which Kobo has, Kindle does not have. So you can see we can change the weight and the size of the font and even the font style, and we can do a before and after. We can click apply, it'll go through the whole book and change it. We're not going to do that right now. We have page settings, margins, you can make them really tiny, really big, text alignment, justification, centered, line spacing, and some reading settings, page left and book, etc. Now the reading settings on the Amazon devices are not as good as the ones on the Kindle. Whoops, the Kobo, and I'll show you why. We have these really cool statistics down here. We have minutes left to the chapter, minutes to go, hours to go, some little bar graphs, percentage bars. I mean, it's really cool. It really gives you an idea of how much you've progressed in your respective book. So I've always liked that. However, on the flip side, Amazon has X-ray, and X-ray is really cool because you can look up notable people, terms, images, etc., and see how many times they're mentioned throughout the book. So I can say, oh, you know, this guy has been mentioned X amount of times. Oh, there he is. This is the passage I wanted to look for. Boom, you go right to it, and away you go. Amazon also has translation, where you can long press on something, drag, translate, and you can choose any language to any language you see on this list, and the whole thing gets translated, not just the individual word. That's something Amazon has been doing since the Paperwhite. It is a fantastic feature. I highly recommend this feature. I just got kicked out of my Wi-Fi, but that's beside the point. The feature is fantastic. This isn't really too much of a contest in terms of manga. Since the manga model Amazon Paperwhite 3 has come out, they actually borrowed it's their own. They took the quick page turn, rapid page turn engine from the manga model and put it on this. For example, if I press and hold, you'll see I have the ability to go page forward and page back and choose my speed at which I do so. So that's really cool. The Kobo has the same feature, but it doesn't do it as well. It deteriorates the image, turns it into kind of an A2 mode, makes everything blurry and white, and then it doesn't really have any speed options. It just turns pages. I do think the Amazon really has it down when it comes to manga. They have their manga model available in Japan only. Manga's huge over there, of course. But I would say that, the screen real estate, everything. I mean, we're not really comparing in terms of this versus this, who wins. It's just, this is reality of that. If you are in 2018 looking at the latest and greatest, this is what you are to expect. As it was the same on the Paperwhite 3 versus the Clara HD video that we did, the Kindle is whiter. Look how white it is. And this is the same shot. You see it's the same shot. And the Kobo Clara HD is blue. It's much bluer. But you can combat this. And how you do so is click on settings and click on the little lamp. The Kobo has blue lights and orange lights sitting like that. If you want to turn all the blue lights on, it's like that. All the orange lights is on like that. If you turn in the middle, they're all on. So you can actually adjust the natural light to the whiteness that you desire, like that. That's more of a stone because you've added some of the orange lights at the bottom. And same holds true for going max to the orange lights. That's 100%. The blue lights are off. This is super orange. It's called like candlelight or whatever you want to call it. It's very nice. The Amazon has no such setting, although we do have auto brightness, which does make use of a light sensor on the bezel. You don't actually have any way to add any other lights because it's just running blue LEDs, no orange LEDs. The Kindle Oasis 2 it's luxury. You got a gyroscope, you have Bluetooth, you have physical page turn buttons, you have a atmospheric light sensor, you have an aluminum design. The thing is not cheap. Canadian dollar to Canadian dollar, the Oasis 2 is $420 Canadian after it lands from Amazon.ca, whereas the Kobo is $120. So this is not a competition in the same realm. This is strictly release date competition. Latest and greatest from both company. If you guys have any other questions, comments, or concerns, or anything else you need to know, and maybe we've helped you say, you know what, I don't want to spend $4 on this. I think I'll get this. This does enough. Or you might saying, wow, I am missing Bluetooth. I am missing the fact that I have physical page turn buttons. They both bring their own things to the table, but the price is huge on this one. It's a big gap. So for goodyreader.com, this is Peter.